Jayden Daniels, Cliff Kingsbury. This Commanders offense is trending downwards, and we're about to figure out why. Welcome to the Face of the Franchise Film Breakdown. Jayden Daniels, Commanders offense. Let's get it. All right, like always, before we get started, man, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like and drop a comment if you have any questions, concerns, or anything that you want that you picked up right by watching this film review. But let's get into it, man. We have Jayden Daniels. Like always, we're gonna start at the beginning of the game, right? And you see here, and we all know that the final score of this game is not indicative of what actually happened the first three quarters, right? So right here, you get a motion, right? Jayden's in a shotgun. We get play action. And we get pressure before he feels as though somebody can uncover, right? And we look at, okay, what's going on with this Commanders offense? And I'll tell you this, and I'm going to go ahead and drop this on you now. It has a lot to do with the front, right? So right here we have the Cowboys have 4 down defensive linemen, right? They have their 4, boom, 3, 4, right? And at the very last second, linebackers show pressure, right? Which you bring 1, right? Let's let it play just a little bit. They bring 2. So that's a total of 6, right? And we simply just counting, right? We're doing the math here and trying to figure this out. So rewind it just a little bit. We have 4 down linemen. They bring these 2 guys, I believe. So that's a total of 6. So you look and say, hey, okay, I wonder if the offensive line was just overwhelmed, right? Was it just a numbers game? Did they bring more than what the Commanders could block? But if we let the play out, we'll see that they actually, how many is that? We look at it, how many people the Commanders have blocking. That's the tight end. Offensive tackle, that's 2. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6, plus the running back. You have 7 against their 6. So the point that I'm trying to get to is that this should not have been a pressurized situation, right? This is something in practice we have to make sure that we figure out, right? There's no way you have a double with a tight end and a tackle and then a linebacker coming free, right? So this is just a missed pickup. Not sure if this was on Jay, not sure if this was on the offensive line, right? But there's not a reason why you should have a free runner at the quarterback because you have the numbers advantage right here. Then obviously Jayden feels the pressure, escapes the pocket. You get an incompletion, right? And that's how you kind of start the game off, just out of rhythm, out of sync, blitz protection, blitz pickup. It's important. There's already a 2nd and long. Right now you put yourself in a 3rd and long situation right here. Now, here we go again. We get motion. They're in a bunch set, right? Jayden drops back, lets the ball rip. In my opinion, good decision, right? Some people are going to say, watch this middle of the field player right here. I believe that's Brown, runs this route. He opens, right? He's open. He uncovers. But my thing is that I believe that if Jayden was looking at this safety over here would have probably jumped down here and took this away, right? So I believe Jayden made a good decision. You just look at the end result, right? And it's going to come down to ball placement and being on the same page. Jayden throws him vertical up the field, which I think is right because it's running him here, running him closer to the end zone, right? And it's running him not flat to where the defender can get more in phase with the football, but running him away from the defender. The receiver runs this route flat, right? He cuts it off, and then you end up with a situation with an incompletion when, honestly, if we rewind it and go back to it, this should have been a big-time play, right? This should have potentially been a touchdown. You scheme this up right. You get your one-on-one situation. Jayden identifies it. If he keeps carrying upfield, you have all of this space and nobody's there, right? You have all of this space to be able to run, push vertical, go get the football, and you potentially score a touchdown. But instead of a touchdown, you get an incompletion. Now, this is the second play that we showed, right? It's Jayden not making the right throws or the reads or anything like that. That's not what's happening. It's the details, right? It's the details in the game that will get you beat, right? And Bill Belichick used to always say that, right? Winning football games is about not making mistakes more than it's about making winning plays, right? It's usually which team makes the least amount of mistakes. And we're, right now, I think you would say we're 0 for 2 as far as detailed mistakes that showed up in this Commanders' offensive performance against the Dallas Cowboys. Right here. Boom. We here, look like we get man, which I'll say this, that the Cowboys, they played a lot of man, in my opinion, in this game, right? From the clips I watched a lot of stuff that converted to man at the end of the day. You just have the wide receiver sitting on it, right? That's no threat right here. He's running the route to the sticks, right? All of the wide receivers are somewhat at the sticks. Boom. The cornerback is sitting on this situation, and he just simply makes a play, right? You got to fight through that. You still have to come down to the football. If we go back, we see the wide receiver. He kind of stops some, right? That's fine, but you have to work back this way. You have to work back downhill some, right? And that'll put you right at the sticks. You're at the 30, right? The first down is at the 30-yard line. You're sitting at about the 32. You have 2 yards to work back down the line of scrimmage to be able to get the first down, right? To where if you would have stopped right here, first of all, you'd have been able to get more in phase with the football, and the defender would have had less of an opportunity because you wouldn't have been slowing down to be able to catch the football. And so I think that that's a situation that, like, hey, that's another detailed thing. Working back towards the football, don't allow that defender to get in phase. And if the Cowboys are playing man, it's those type of things that you're going to have to win with, right? Like, everybody's going to have to win. The offensive line, Jayden Daniels is going to have to win with his ability to make accurate passes and read the coverage. And then the wide receivers are going to have to finish the deal by doing their detailed and nuanced situations, because that could have been a completion for a first down. And like you said, that's the 0-3 situation. Well, 0 for 3 thus far with just detailed situations and executing on them. So here we go, right here. You get an empty set and you get more pressure, right? And this is a common theme right here. This is pressure, and if you notice what I said that I noticed in a lot in this game, playing man, right? And playing man, sometimes that's an indicator, to be completely honest, is that other teams don't fear your wide receiver core at the end of the day, right? If they feel like they can play man up on you and bring pressure, they'll do that all game long. And the thing is that you have to force defenses to do something different. Because if they could play one defense the entire game, they will do that. And you've seen a lot that the Cowboys played a lot of man, and that's usually indicated that, hey, we may not fear your wide receivers on the outside. So you look at this, boom. And this is the play right here where this is off back to the offensive line situation, right? That they bring 5. You have enough to block them. But you look at this one-on-one situation right here, and obviously this is all pro Micah Parsons, but this is how you get an incompletion. This is a drive killer right here. Boom. You hit play. Watch Micah Parsons. He just wins, right? Wins inside, beats the offensive tackle, applying pressure. Jayden Daniels trying to escape the pocket. Not only that, you get the incompletion, it's third down, but you also get a hit on your young quarterback, right? And you don't want either of that. Now, brought this up, right? And this is why it's important not to box score scout, because if you look at this, you'll say Jayden, I believe he threw 2 interceptions, right? One was last second Hail Mary situation. This was the other interception. This accounts for his 2 interceptions. Screen game, hits the running back right in the hands, right? Right in the hands, screen. You could say, hey, maybe he should have seen that defender behind him, but he threw it to the running back. He got it into his hands, and running back has to catch that football, right? It fumbles around, it bumbles around, it gets in the air. The defensive lineman comes down with it. That's not a Jayden Daniels situation. That is a collective, and we keep saying the details, right? You can have some things schemed up. You can have play calling. You can have good quarterback. But if we don't simply throw and catch the football, if we don't block up front, if we don't have pass protection, it's not going to work. We're going to have problems, and that's what you see in this entire Cowboys game. It's just not playing at a high level. It's playing somewhat, you can say, sloppy football. So here we go here. And this is actually a positive play, right? We see the Cowboys, they have one deep safety, right, way back here. So you go through the process, Jayden Daniels, okay, cool. I see one deep safety. It looks like once again they may be playing man, right? We may get some type of cover 1 situation. Maybe they are playing cover 3. But for my bet, I'm going to look at the outside wide receivers and say, hey, this looks like a man situation, right? All indicators, he's showing me, hey, they're just manning up on the outside. So find my one-on-ones. I know my play. I know what I'm calling. So boom. Now this is just simply going through my progression. Who's going to win, right? Boom. They're definitely playing man. I have my outside wide receiver, runs a deep dig, right? Vacant spot. Get the football to him. That's good stuff by Jayden Daniels, right? That's throwing across the middle of the field. That's being a second level, a guy that can throw to the second level, that's showing good accuracy, that's showing good timing, showing good anticipation by Jayden. So that's some of the positive stuff that you look at and you say, hey, okay, Jayden is seeing the field pretty decently, right? Like, because he's still able to get the football to some of these wide receivers. And also, to my point, that you got to win your one-on-ones. This wide receiver right here, he wins his one-on-one. Jayden is able to get the football to him, and you're able to get good results from that. So this is a positive play right there that you can see that it's a lot more nuance that comes into this. So boom, here we go. We get motion. We see motion by the wide receiver. What happens? The defender runs right with him, right? So we tell ourselves, hey, this is probably a man situation. So Jayden knows this is a man. What do we say? In man, the wide receiver has to win. The wide receiver simply has to win. And so we're looking at this, let the play run, goal line situation. Looks like we in man. Boom. Who wins? Boom. Tight end wins, right? And we get good results. We get us a touchdown, right? He kind of angles, stems this defender because he know he's coming back inside. Stem him outside. Give yourself some space to get back inside. Get the football to him by Jayden. You have decent enough protection. He stands in there. He delivers an accurate pass. Touchdown. That's good play. That's good results. And that's why we go back to what? The details, right? If we're going to play man, wide receiver has to win. If they're going to bring blitzes, we have to be able to protect. And that's just the blocking and tackling of just the simple stuff of just football and offensive operations. So you can get into play calling and, what are the routes being run and things like that. No, people have to do their job at the end of the day. Here, we're going to go with this, right? Because I wanted to show some of what Jayden does well. We'll get back to the running. Fast forward. Here we go, right? Boom. Let's play here. Pistol set. We know Jayden has been dynamic with his legs. Go ahead, give it to him, right? Boom. Show read option. Let him read that outside guy. He bites in. Take off him. Look at this. This is winning football. This is a give a damn block right here, right? You get that defensive back on the outside. You get the tight end. Finish him, right? This is mentality. This is what you want to see. So you look at this on the outside. Watch this. Put them in the ground. Don't just put hands on them. Put them in the ground, right? This is a rivalry game. This is the Cowboys and this is the Commanders. And this is where you want to build the culture part, right? Doing the details, giving a damn every single play. And that's what you've seen on this play. Ends up in good results, right? You end up in a touchdown by Jayden Daniels, him utilizing his legs, and you get good results. Here we go. Once again, right? Almost like a speed option. He takes it up. Boom. Good positive play by Jayden Daniels, right? You get the blocking up front. He has the opportunity, right? Convert it into a speed option. You get your offensive lineman downfield. Good play call and good execution. You have Jayden Daniels making a big-time play right there. You're moving the chains. And that's what all of this is about. So at the end of the day, you look at it, you say, hey, Jayden Daniels, Cliff Kingsbury, the Commanders' offense has been sputtering. But when I watch the film, I see the details, right? The nuts and bolts are there. It's just the details of it. And I'll even say this. We look at the schedule, right? The Commanders have lost 3 straight. They played a tough part of their schedule. You think the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? You're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. But now you look at the wins. They had 2 games against the New York Giants and 1 against the Carolina Panthers. So the truth is, maybe the Commanders are not Super Bowl ready, but they're also not a horrible team neither. Do I think they need to get better on the outside? They need to add some more offensive firepower? Yes, but right now it's about doing the detailed work and getting Jayden Daniels to continue to get better week after week while everybody else around him is responsible for what they're supposed to do. So there we have it, man. Jayden Daniels, breakdown, face of the franchise. Y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button and come back next week because we'll have even more content. We out.